I know nothing about your golf game.
Yes,
Okay,
good.
so we're just a blank slate.
I love it.
What are some things that you can share with me? I guess specifically tied to irons is the topic of conversation.
So for me, my game is steadily, unfortunately, increasing in handicap as life, as you get older and into my mid-40s, close to my mid-40s, and life with a child and work and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the practice time has gone down, but I still love the look of a more players type iron. I love the look of it, but I definitely nowadays need the help. And before, I don't think distance was as big of a concern for me. I wouldn't mind finding something that goes a little bit farther. As I've gotten older and slowed down, it's definitely been something I noticed more over the past 2 years.
And when you say farther, you're talking about a carry distance?
Carry distance. Like I've noticed that things have dropped off a little more rapidly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like everybody, I want to hit it a little straighter, and I wouldn't mind hitting a little further. My game typically, I don't hit it super high. I usually hit it pretty flat. So height is always a little bit of a concern as well.
Height is welcomed.
Yes, exactly. Height as well. I love hitting it high, whether it's a driver, whether it's irons, whatever. I like hitting it high. Lets me hold the green, gives you better distance control, all that. So I'm definitely not scared of height. I welcome it with open arms. But yeah, I mean, so for me, I mean, looking at going into the next set of irons, I would love to hit it a little bit further and hit it a little bit straighter.
If you're familiar with our fitting philosophy, right, we have our 3 Ds.
Yep.
We're looking for distance, dispersion on gapping, making sure that the gapping between your clubs is appropriate, making sure that the ball speeds between your clubs are spaced out in a good way. Dispersion is obviously going to be one of your key takeaways from that, just making sure you're in something that you feel like you can control more. And then descent angle, which is tying everything into that height conversation.
Exactly.
So making sure that you can stop the ball on the green. A kind of a fun exercise that I think is good to go through is if you're thinking about hitting a shot into a green, that club that you'd be using is a scoring club, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So in your 14 club setup, you probably have what? At least 10 scoring clubs?
Yeah.
Right?
I'd
10
say
clubs
so.
that you would actually hit into a green and trying to actually get the ball to stop. Picture those 10 scoring clubs being used hitting a shot into an island green. So almost picture 10 island greens spaced out by 10 yards. Is there one of those greens where you start to feel a little, your confidence is going down on being able to actually hold that green and hit that green, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that becomes like that 170 number. Anything after that becomes a little bit iffy. And I think when I was here for GT1, we kind of did a little bit of that top end gapping and kind of found I have 15 clubs in here right now because you'll see there's a 4-iron and a hybrid. But found out that the 4-iron and the 5-iron were pretty much like 5 yards apart at best. 2 good swings there, 5 yards apart. They were kind of doing the same thing.
It's too close.
But yeah, when I get into 6-iron is like okay, and then I get into 5 and anything lower, and then it becomes like, well, let's kind of hit and hope that it stops.
Yeah.
Hope that it's in.
Or just do your best to anticipate total distance.
Exactly.
Not
So yeah, anything over pretty much 170 yards for me is kind of that. I hope it hits, and if I hit a good shot, it probably will. But if I don't hit it close to perfect, I don't know if it will.
So that's how we bake in the idea of our fitting philosophy. Kind of helps guide us into determining what tool you actually need at that yardage.
Yeah.
Like what type of iron, where does your irons blend? Where do they need to split off? Where we maybe need some help from more present technology in the longer irons, right? Which is pretty normal.
Yep.
Right. That's pretty common. But that's part of the process is figuring out where are we starting to fall shy on height and your ability to hold a green and your ability to space your clubs out appropriately.
Yeah.
Right? Because 5 miles an hour per iron is typically the equivalency of 10 to 15 yards. That's kind of why we look at that metric.
Yeah.
And that's, to your point, those clubs that were kind of only 5 yards apart, I bet you the ball speeds were very similar.
Yeah, they were.
Right? So this club was probably spot on, but this club needed to be over here, which probably means it needed to be a bigger type of a club head. What golf ball are you playing?
X.
You're playing the Pro V1X. Have you been happy there with what it does?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
It's I mean, it's the same thing. It's kind of going after height. That was the whole goal of it. So, I like the feel of Pro V1 the best, but I need the height, and I like the height and spin on the X. So.
It's a good move there.
But I say, if I could just replicate it, I would be as much as possible.
Yeah, we can play some golf with that.
So yeah, I mean, if I can bottle that up and maybe hit it a couple yards farther.
What's the shot shape that you like to see?
I mean, I would love to play a straight to slight fade. I don't, just because, I mean, as you'll see, the face is shut. I tend to, like, as we get on, the body will stop rotating a little bit, and I hit everything left, and that low left is absolute death.
Yeah.
So I would love to see a straighter, slight cut ball,
Okay.
but I know that's not really what my body does. So for me, I would like to take a little bit more left out of it and hit it a little straighter.
My wheels are already churning. Like when I hear people say that, because that's not an uncommon thing to notate. It's typically revolving around you maybe not having enough spin. Let me give you your 7-iron.
Yeah.
We can dive in and just start. Basically have you do the same thing just behind Trackman.
Like that's what I want to say. Like that, just falling a little right would be money if I could do it all the time.
What's a common carry distance for your 7-iron?
It used to be 160. I think it's fallen a little from that now. It's probably a little closer to 155.
So if I told you that carried 159, would that surprise you?
I mean, that's a great shot. That's a really good shot from me.
Okay. As far as a miss hit goes directionally, are you much more pleased with that one that goes to the right?
Oh, 100%.
Rather than the alternative?
I would rather have that shot there than the other one, yeah.
That one carried 155. If it were, hey, I have to absolutely catch all of this, do you start to shift into another gear?
Sometimes. I don't want to.
Just for the sake of seeing what happens to the ball flight, can
Try
I see what that looks like?
All right. But I don't like, I mean, it rarely ever works out.
You don't have to swing out of your shoes. I'm just curious to see what it does.
Yep. Like that's kind of me feeling like I went after it a little harder.
Yeah, ball speed definitely shot up like 3 or 4 miles per hour.
Definitely came down a little bit. I feel like I kind of
covered it more.
Yeah,
when you
kind of
did that,
de-lofted it a little, yep.
So you dropped your peak height there, but because the ball speed went up, it carried 162.
Yeah.
So I'd almost want to see what, I think you might actually agree with this, what it would take for us to get you that ball speed, which was 118.
But with the
but
regular
with
swing.
you not really feeling like you have to step into that gear.
For sure.
Right? Maybe
Exactly.
let's work on that.
Yeah, like that. I mean,
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to see all the time.
Noted. So the way that I have this spread out, we have your club head speed, we have your ball speed, average carry distance, 159. Your peak height average is 82 feet. Your land angle average is 45 and a half. Ball speed 115, 158 carry.
Yep.
These are I'm kind of just pointing out the numbers that actually matter the most to me.
Yeah.
In what I'm trying to influence or change. So I'm thinking of a goal here. Your spin is in a decent spot, but there's definitely room to increase your amount of spin.
Yeah, but I'm game with that. Like I definitely don't I don't want that 7-iron that comes out at 4,000 RPM. You know, like
but on the other side of that, we definitely probably wouldn't want to go the other direction and go like 8,000, right?
Exactly.
So we have to find that mixture.
Yep.
45 to 52 is the window that you want to live in with land angle. You're in it, but you're on the low end of it.
Yeah.
So I think if we hyper focus on trying to get your peak height closer to, let's just make it a goal of 100 feet. We might not get there, but let's strive for it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty certain we'll get your land angle closer to 48, 49. Okay, so we got T100, T150. T250 is now, we've renamed what its predecessor was, T200, and T350. T100 is still very much our player iron, right? Like we've baked in this new type of groove. It's a progressive groove. There's a different set of grooves in the long irons as there is in the shorter irons.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna see a ton of benefit, hitting shots out of the rough, where typically you were kind of always anticipating that fly or lie, and it can get a little hard to predict what's going to happen. There's a lot more spin that we're able to generate with that groove design. We can trap more debris in it. We've been able to move center of gravity a lot farther out to the toe and the heel. Off center hits, you're going to start to benefit from that. If you're looking at going up the ladder, going into a bigger, larger head size, that technology starts to become a little bit more present. The 150, for example, there's a muscle channel that exists behind it. If you remember kind of like our max impact technology that we had, this is us just refining what was already pretty good, but we're starting to incorporate that into smaller heads.
Gotcha.
Just because we kind of figured out how to do it a little bit more efficiently. So there's a muscle channel that exists in 7-iron through 3-iron. That's going to help kind of keep launch up. It's going to help keep spin consistent. Off-center hits are obviously you're going to benefit from that as well. The T100s has that muscle channel, but it's only in the 3 and the 4-iron.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 5 down wasn't as needed for something like that. The T150 is basically the player iron for the rest of us. So if we're thinking about how to accentuate that sense of forgiveness, maybe going into a bigger aesthetic, T250 definitely fills that role.
Yeah.
It's incredibly fast. It offers a really good feel that's similar to these, which is also a pretty big thing that we tried to get as right as we could, was making them look very seamless. The statistic on tour is 80+% of them blend a set.
Yep.
So if you start thinking that statistic in a consumer world, I mean, I don't want to say 100%, but it's probably pretty close in terms of the players that should be blending their sets.
Yeah.
So now that they start to look more similar to one another, it makes it incredibly easy to do that, where maybe some people were not as keen on going into a bigger club head in the longer irons. It's not as big of a deal anymore.
Yeah.
350, I mean, think of everything that's existent here and just put it into a bigger boat.
Yeah.
It's the most game improvement club that we make, but because of that seamless look, it doesn't seem like you're in this big clunky vehicle that's going to equate to, super benefit off center hits. So this is new to our lineup. This is basically a fitter's dream. It's something that we've been asking for a very long time. This is the T250 Launch Spec. So take our normal inline T250. They are the same construction, the same platform. The T250 Launch Spec is 7 grams lighter.
No.
6 to 7 grams lighter by design. That's the build itself. It's 35 degrees of loft.
Oh, so
this is 30.5 degrees of loft.
Substantially.
This is 4.5 degrees weaker. So it was a big ask from us, specifically for the player that really struggles to get the ball up in the air whatsoever. It was giving them basically our MB blade loft, but in the size of kind of like going into like a game improvement type of a golf club.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of neat to see the type of person that it's going to be used for. It's not going to be targeted for junior players, slower players, senior players. It's just a player that needs to get the ball up.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to start you with T100 and we're going to go up the ladder.
Okay.
I got your shaft right here.
I want to say T100 is one of those like aspirational things that it was like, I'd love to say I have it in the bag. I mean, as a fitter, what I'm always going to say is the most forgiving golf club that we make is the one that you hit the best. Yeah, true.
So if it points us in the direction that there's something existent in T100 that works with you, where you're not seeing that same result in something else, then guess what? Maybe you're a T100 player.
I never say, I mean, the look of it, I mean, it's very blade-like, it looks awesome. Feels great. I mean, it's just super soft.
That's a great strike.
Yeah, it's super soft.
Yeah, that's a good swing there too.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels great.
You know what's actually really cool? And again, I'm not going to push us in this direction. I'm here to shed light on what's happening with the metrics.
Yeah.
Spin 6,700. That one you caught very well. Look at the ball speed on that.
Yeah, but I said the ball speed is
116 miles an hour.
That's
Your
crazy.
average
was 115. Yeah, something.
The one that you stepped on was 117, 118, right? But you swung a little harder at it.
Yeah.
The carry distance was exactly the same on that last one.
Yeah, 158.
158. The only thing that I'm kind of deeming negative, though, is we've lost that on peak height.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but what that might mean is you might be a player that's going to benefit from a lower center of gravity. Here's the new T150.
The new, the old friend, the new version.
Mm-hmm.
They look really good. I mean, guys, it almost, I mean, I know it's slightly bigger, but it almost, you gotta say it a sentiment, but it almost looks like slightly more compact than the
than last gen.
Than last gen, yeah. Oh, that was a bad swing, and that's definitely height-wise high.
Yeah, that's an awesome miss.
I'll say, I mean, and like as we talked about, that's kind of the miss.
That's the miss that you want to
that
have.
I was talking about. Yeah, if I'm going to miss it, let's miss it
as a miss
right.
goes. Yep.
Well, drawn. I mean, it's just this thing. It's funny to me. This feels so much, in a sense, more effortlessly easy to hit. Like it's just easy.
Just in terms of feel, between 100 and 150, were they identical? Did you have a preference for either of them?
I mean, to me, I felt like 100 was just a hair soft, but I mean, like not by much.
Okay.
That new one, the new 150 is definitely soft and kind
definitely
of more
something
of a
that you
thud.
can play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the 100 felt like just a little bit softer, but not anything crazy.
So this is now the new, what's replacing T200? This is T250.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like you said, an easier transition from 150 to 250.
Yep.
Just the shaping, everything. I mean, it's very similar. I mean, I like the look of my T200s, but like this definitely looks more like it's just part of the family. Oh, a little steep on that, but that's still ended up being a good shot.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all.
No, got a little steep on it, but that's still a
Didn't
really
you say
good
you
shot.
Needed help with dispersion? I mean, you
Yeah.
haven't missed the center of the fairway once.
It's this beautiful range.
Okay.
It's,
All right.
It's the clubs in this range. That's
Maybe
what
you're
it is.
just a good, humble guy.
There it is. I mean, that's low in the face. That's recently been a little bit of a miss lately, as I kind
Just
of
that low one?
yeah, kind of come up out of it. The body kind of starts to rotate and kind of early extend it.
You know, I see that a lot, and sometimes you kind of just need to like reiterate it in your mind of just get to the ground.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you really try to focus on that divot that you're trying to take,
Then
it keeps you aggressive. It keeps you in the moment of trying to really get into that strike. Let's say hypothetically, we actually move forward with this. Yeah. Is this a model that you feel like if it performed perfectly to what we're trying to do, could you play it?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I
okay.
mean, from a visual and feel thing, for sure. Like I said, I like the that 250 and how it looks, everything. Like it looks really good. I thought last year's 350 was really good. I mean, again, I feel like this is slimmed down a little bit. And
you notice we took the plate out.
Yep.
Now it's just like that solid steel construction look to it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks awesome from just in the bag visually, but also just at address. I mean, for being the biggest, most forgiving iron in the line, it doesn't have that feel from address to that. It looks definitely slimmer. That's straight toe. There you go.
That's a good swing
Yep,
there.
there it is.
That's
It's one of those that comes off the face and you're waiting for it to fall and it just keeps going. And you're well, isn't it going to come down?
I'm going to round up and say, I'm going to round up and say that was 119 ball speed.
Yeah, that was
167 in the air.
Wow, that's whew.
Peak height was actually the same. It was 84 feet.
Wow.
Which is pretty comparable to your well-struck shots with your gamers.
Yeah.
Remembering our goal of, hey, how do we get that really fast ball speed that you got when you felt like you had to step on it?
Yeah.
How do we get that with making you feel like you don't have to step on it?
And right there is...
This is at least shedding light and telling the story as far as what type of model might actually help us get there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, yeah, 119, that's the fastest one I feel like I probably hit all day. And that was just a regular swing. No,
this one's going to be pretty exciting. This is the T250 Launch Spec. So
Yep.
This is going to be a ton of loft. More loft than you've played with for quite some time in a 7-iron.
Yeah.
It's going to be closer to the loft of your current 8-iron.
I don't mind loft. I mean, I play a fairly high lofted driver, so I'm okay with a little bit of loft. Oh yeah, that is significantly higher. That is a little different window right there.
That is a little different window, to say the least.
But honestly, like, I mean,
how high do you think that went?
I mean, I'm gonna say 94.
Man, you're good. 95.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna say that was definitely a different window.
Remember the idea we were talking about? What would be a goal for us to strive for with a peak height? 100 feet.
Yeah.
That's off by 5.
I mean, that just gets up in the air.
Yeah,
It's so easy.
With the ease of height, how is that making you feel? Just like the idea of that being present in your irons.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's all about, I hope that brings more consistency of hitting greens. You know, at my level, if you can just hit a bunch of greens, you usually have a little better score.
It's a pretty good recipe. So I'm gonna put it in perspective here. So again, your average carry distance was 158.
Yep.
Peak height was 82. Land angle 45 and a half. These are decent numbers.
Yeah.
They're within the windows of scoreability, if you will, but they're on the low end of it.
Yep.
Meaning there's room for improvement there. If we're thinking about what that T250 Launch Spec just did, we lost some yardage.
Yep.
Right? We're about 10 or so yards less, but your land angle getting closer to 50
is
coming from 45 going to 50. That's what, almost 5 degrees steeper. It's hard to put an exact number to this, but it could be the equivalency of your ball not rolling out 30, 40 feet.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big deal. There was a lot to learn from what that just did. It's pretty clear that the presence of not only loft, but a low center of gravity was incredibly helpful.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, it makes a massive difference. I mean, you know, so right when we hit it, it was like, well, that's a different window.
Yep.
That's up there instead of down here.
Let's start to do a deeper dive and getting you dialed in.
Yeah.
I want to start with T150.
Okay.
Again, gamer shaft is still here. We now have a new SureFit hosel system. It allows us to bend loft on a 7-iron.
Oh, nice.
So we kind of created a new grid for it. So I want to keep the lie angle standard for now, but I'm going to add 2 degrees of loft.
Okay.
We're going to go to last generation T100 loft, which was 34. We're going to achieve it with T150 head style.
I'll tell you what, when it's like, hey, you had a little loft, and man, the thing looks good.
There's the fall right miss.
Yep. I mean, that's, again, what I asked for.
Try to really get into the turf with this.
There you go.
I'm going to go to the T250 head, not the launch spec head, but the regular
one?
T250. But I'm going to do the same thing and add 2 degrees of loft.
Gotcha.
So it's going to make the loft of this 32 and a half. So a little weaker than where you're coming from.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because yours is 32 degrees.
Gotcha.
Your, that's the standard loft on a T150.
Gotcha, yep.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Maybe a little heavy on the strike,
get
but
the touch, yep. There you go.
That's a good swing there, Brian.
That's a good strike. I mean, that thing just hangs in the air, too.
Yeah, that's a great swing.
Yeah, that's... I feel like there's definitely some more height there than we had before.
Is effortless, is that word coming to mind at all?
It's just, I mean, it's just taken, well, I don't feel like you have to hit it absolutely perfect to get it up in the air.
How does the T250 head comparing up against the 150 head?
I mean, it's definitely probably a little bit more consistent in terms of flight, looking at the shots.
Yeah.
I feel like the misses with the 150 were a little different. They're a little low in the face, so they came out hot. But
right.
But yeah, I mean, I think in terms of the height, the launch, all that looked very consistent with that no matter where you hit it on the face.
Okay. I have moved the lie angle on this 2 degrees flat.
Okay.
What I'm searching for here is if by moving lie angle, if we start seeing a little bit more of a centered strike.
Gotcha.
It seems as though when you're missing it, it's a little heel.
Yep.
I'm curious also to see the aesthetic change of seeing kind of a more of a toe down look. It can sometimes play a factor into your movement through the ball.
Okay.
It might make you do some different things, so it's good to test it. Well, that just shot straight up into the air.
I'm about to say, that's
and
pretty good.
That was not necessarily your
best strike,
your fastest ball speed,
yeah.
Right?
And that's 2 in a row,
Yep,
right down the middle.
Better.
Yeah.
You know what they say about 2 in a row? Could be the start of a pattern. So again, if I'm looking at this from the perspective of numbers and making a very unbiased decision, And let's say I didn't know your preference on feel and I didn't have any of that input, and I just started to make my decision on what the data is telling me. There's a lot of suggesting that this iron model, again, the presence of loft, that lower center of gravity, a lot of those things are helping us see these results.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you said, like, you know, in a perfect world, like, would I like to play the T150 because it sounds, you know, it kind of looks and sounds cooler? Yeah, but honestly, like, again, let's get down to what worked.
We're going to go back to the 150 for a second, but I'm going to go 2 degrees weak, 2 degrees flat.
Okay.
Which is what you just swung on the T250.
Yep. Sounds good.
Let's try it out.
Ooh, that was... But I mean, that's still, again, when we talk about that miss left, like, that's not as bad as the ones that I was hitting earlier. I mean,
right.
The height on it alone.
That was an incredible strike.
Was
Ball
so
speed was
good.
118.
Yeah, I mean, the height alone was just massive. I mean, it definitely gets, I mean, I feel like it's a little higher than Gamer iron.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the numbers are, but it seems like it's getting up there a little higher.
It is. Your average is a little higher.
Yep.
That's a good ball there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just struck really well.
Okay, come on back. The differences between how high this was going, the land angle this created, and the distance that it went, there's not a big difference between 250, 2 degrees weak,
And
150, 2 degrees weak.
Okay.
Slightly different, but not massively different.
Yeah.
What I did want to try, though, is I know you're coming from steel fiber 110. I'm curious to see what would happen if I gave you something a little bit lighter.
I'm game to whatever.
So if I don't want to change the profile too much, I think the 95 steel fiber is kind of the next one down. It's probably your most pure strike of the day.
And that is so high. I mean, a hair left because I pushed it left, but man, that is up there. There's that.
All right, let me take that from you.
God, things.
The one that went a little left carried 164.
Whew. Yeah, I mean, that's
118 ball speed. So we'll go. Let's test this same thing that we're doing, but in the 250.
Okay.
I like this bouncing around back and forth. At least we have it narrowed down.
Yeah.
This is going to be very helpful for us to feel very confident in the one that we actually go with.
Oh, again, that's a terrible swing, and that's still like a good shot. Like, that's going to be playable. There you go. That's a good ball.
That is a good ball.
Again, struck that well.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, come on back. Let's look at those. I feel like the 150 with the adjustments that we made I think is very well justified.
Yeah.
Being in that size head, at least 7-iron down. If you said I enjoy the size of the 250, at least in the 7-iron,
yeah,
then great, you can play it.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if you're there.
I mean, if you gave me the sense that you have to, you know, say everything's, you know, the same. Yes, I mean, I'm a GolfWRX guy. The T150 kind of, you know, pulls me in a little bit more.
Right.
So yes, I would say, if you know, from just strictly visuals, you know, the T150 is, of course, you know, what I look at and like a little bit more.
Okay.
But again, the 250 looks great. Like, I have no problem playing it.
I understand exactly what you mean.
Especially, like, you know, if the numbers were significantly different, like, whatever. Like, let's go 250. So
try that real quick.
And that is the nice thing. I think like you said, with the kind of the new, just aesthetics, they just look, they flow together so well.
Yeah, that was a big part of that. That exact reason is a part of why we did that. A little heavy, but that ball shot up in the air.
Well, that's the thing. Like, now, even those shots there that are heavy from both irons are getting up in the air, and they still carry a good ways.
Yep.
The drop off in distance on that miss isn't as drastic, I feel like, with my
that was
my
almost
gamers.
150.
There you go.
How did that feel?
That's a good strike right there. That's probably that, like, 8-ish type strike right there. What is? Oh, it's T250. Okay. It sounded like I didn't even look at it. I was just hitting it, and oh, it's T250 Plus. I didn't even I didn't even look. I just hit it. So.
That's why I didn't want you to know. I think this is going to be. Let's just have this conversation. T250 Launch Spec with the slightly lighter shaft.
Yeah.
If it still looks like you're timing your swing just the same.
Yeah, they pretty much feel really similar. I mean, touch a weight difference, but it's not not
Look
much.
how high you hit that last one.
Yeah, 97.
97
that's pretty much
feet.
at the 100 we were talking about.
Land angle 50. Carry
Awesome.
distance 153. So now we're having the conversation of the loss of 5 yards, but the gain of 5 degrees of a land angle becoming in steeper.
Yeah,
And the gain of almost 20 feet.
it's pretty massive.
To me is 100% worth it.
Yeah.
It's just about the perspective that
Yeah.
you go into this thinking about that loss of slight loss of yardage, but an incredible gain with descent angle coming in. Yeah, I think the pros outweigh the cons here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to revisit this for a second just because of what you were saying of like, hey, I'm not the guy who's going to care that I'm hitting a 6 and other people are hitting a 7.
Doesn't matter.
I think you're very much in line with the correct mindset of I'm in a tool that allows me to hit the ball as high as I should be to stop this thing on a green.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, for sure.
If you're asking me to make the decision on what I would want you to play if you and I were going to go play in a tournament together,
oh yeah, well, yeah,
it's a far and away it's going to be that one.
yeah.
This was also ever since we've been having good results with me flattening the lie angle.
Yeah,
I've kept it there.
I think that's been a huge thing because we could tell that, like, I mean, unless it's a big miss, it doesn't go left.
It's not as
You
much.
know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Unless it's a bad swing, it stays on line way better with that flat setting.
This is back to the Gamer 110.
Oh, okay. And that.
Launch spec head, T250 launch spec, 2 degrees flat, standard loft.
Okay.
It's already weak. I didn't want to weaken it anymore. We don't need to do
that. Yeah, I don't know if we need to go into that much more.
No. We're in a good spot. And this is just one of those funny instances of seeing good results in the two that we were pretty much narrowed down into, which was 250 and 150.
Yeah.
But there was still just something lingering right there of what this thing did earlier.
Yep. Again, hair heavy on that, but.
And if you feel like the 95 just felt that much more easy to swing.
No, I mean, it's really.
That's a good way to make that decision.
It's really not that much of a difference. I mean, there's, like I said, there's a little bit of static weight, but it's not massively different. I mean, that's low on the face, and that launched as high as my gamer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's low on the face, and that was gamer height.
Let's call the 7-iron that we left off on 153 to 155 carry.
Gotcha.
Upward 95 plus peak height. Land angle 49 and above.
Gotcha.
If we're thinking about ball speed as well, that last one was 115 ball speed.
Which was.
That's pretty comparable to where you're coming
where I
from.
was.
This should be about 10 miles an hour faster. So 125 in that world is what we're looking for. I would love to see, 90 feet if we could.
That'd be nice.
I think that'd be great. I think 80,
awesome.
85 and above is my threshold for you.
Okay.
And if we get the speed and the height, I think we're going to get 20 to 25 more yards.
Gotcha.
So we'll see if we check those boxes.
I mean, that's got to be one of the higher 5-irons I've ever hit.
That is lovely.
Yeah, I mean, that's two really, really good 5-irons.
That one right there checked the ball speed box.
Okay. Yep. But I mean, height-wise, for me at least, hitting 5-iron to this 5-iron, I mean, that's definitely a great 5-iron.
It's about the height of your current 7-iron.
Yeah, exactly. But I say I don't hit 5-iron that high.
Yeah.
Hardly ever. There you go.
There it is.
Probably about as high as I can hit it right there.
That's incredible.
That's about as high as I can hit it.
That's far and away higher than your gamer 7-iron.
Hey, there you go.